I'd say we have another hour or so of light, and we need a campsite, and we desperately need some water. Seen somebody walking along the other path, over that way. If they turn this way, our stealth camp is over. We have no idea which direction is west, and we have no idea how far to the north or south we're travelling. Welcome to Wonky Line mission number 2. I'm here in Cambridge with my best friend Noah. We've made it from the station through the town centre, and here we are just crossing a river, getting into it now. It's looking like a beautiful day. As with the previous mission, I'm going to be heading in a straight line without the assistance of GPS, of a map or a compass, just figuring out the way, using my wits and what I can see around me. I am sort of winging it almost straight off from the train really. I was hoping to see a church, but no such luck. I'm barely out of the town and I don't really know where I am compared to the line. That is a really quick way to get lost, just walk through a town, because I've had to go left, right so much, and the only thing I've had to keep my line is the sun. But now, another decision to make, left or right. Good luck. Sit rep. We've made it through what we now know is Camborne, and we're out the other side, hopefully into the field soon. I'd say we have another hour or so of light, and we need a campsite, and we desperately need some water. Great news, we found water. It's a pretty decent brook, I guess. So now all we need is a campsite. It's getting on for 4 o'clock now. We've been on this bridleway for quite a while, but it's quite heavily used. We're hoping to find a spot soon, but it's getting a little tight. We should have been camped already. We're definitely going to be cooking in the dark tonight. It's all looking really exposed around here for the most part. And as it's going to get down really cold tonight, the more cover we have, the better. I just hope we can find something soon. Good news, we found a little spot back here. Doesn't look like this is a very busy spot, mostly just horse riders. Maybe there's been some local kids here building a little den or something, but we're quite far, I think, from most of the sort of built up areas and that. So this is about as good as we're going to get with the time we have. We are running out of light real quick. So I'm keeping this short. We're going to get packed down and we'll get sorted. Got the tents up and everything sort of packed down for the evening. We just need to build a little fire, cook some food and enjoy our evening. But the light is fading. I don't know how much you can see around here, and it is literally time to sign off for the evening. Somebody over there. Noah. Somebody over there. I've just seen somebody walking along the other path over that way. If they turn this way, our stealth camp is over. Didn't think anyone would be out here this late, so we thought we'd be safe this close to the path. Normally would be right in the trees somewhere away from all the pathways, but we didn't really have time to search any longer. Well, I think they've gone. It took a little while to get past, but we got lucky. They went down the other path. I think we're in the clear now. Just going to have to wait a little bit before we start our fire. Everything's packed up and we're good to go. I think we're on a pretty tight line at the moment. I'd like to think we're within a kilometre of it, just a bit to the north. I'm still fairly confident of that. So we're going to try and correct to the south today where we can. We're pretty sure we've been tracking too far north as we've come into this little village here, and we've got a little footpath to our left. It looks like a nice little way to make a correction to the south for now. The sign seems to say that it's a quarter mile to the road, and then hopefully that'll lead us to the west again. Sitrep, we are currently very, very lost and without direction. The sun, if I give you a view behind me, we're pretty sure it's around there somewhere, but we can't see it. It's definitely behind the cloud. We've got a choice between a couple of roads. We're going to just make a choice and go for it, but yeah, probably lost at the moment. We're hoping to find a footpath soon. This road is not the nicest. It's not super busy, but it's enough traffic on it to make it a little bit unpleasant. It's going to be really hard to figure out how far north or south we've travelled this morning without any kind of bearing as we've been moving. Once we do find something to give us a bearing, maybe the sun will peek back out from the clouds, maybe we'll find a church or something just to tell us which way is west, and then we'll have to back work from that knowledge how far we think we've travelled north or south. It's proving to be a real challenge. As soon as that sun disappears, you just lose all bearing. It doesn't take much to get really turned around. A few turns, a few changes of pathway, and before we know it, we have no idea which direction is west, and we have no idea how far to the north or south we're travelling. Great news, the sun's finally peeked through the clouds and we can see what direction we're heading in. But the bad news is we're in the wrong direction. We are heading south-southwest at best. So we need to make a correction back to the west and probably even to the northwest, because I feel like we've probably crossed our line and headed far more south than we needed. So it's a case of keep following this road for now, as there's not really any options other than that, and hope for a footpath or bridleway to our right to take us in a more westerly direction. Update you soon. We've come across a junction. It's not a footpath, but at least it's a turn that we can take to the west, as that road had definitely wheeled all the way around to the south. The sun is trying to hide again, but we can see enough light coming from it to still give us a sense of direction. But I don't know how long we're going to have that for. There's definitely more cloud on the way. pretty much where I want to be. The light's all just about gone for today. The rain started, so it's time for us to call it. And I think it's here on Morris Walk, just under some power lines in what is pretty much the middle of nowhere as far as we're concerned. Somewhere in a place called Y Boston, which I've heard of, but I've never been to. Hopefully this is on the line, but obviously it's only as close as I can guess. So I'm going to hand it off to future me. See you in a moment. The results are in, so let's get straight to it. Here's the map with our line, and here's the route that we took. As you can see, that finish point to the left there is really close to the line. It's super close, in fact. Now, in total we travelled a little over 30 kilometres from Cambridge Station and ended up only 260 metres from our line. That's a deviation of less than 1%. That's ridiculous, and I couldn't be happier. Now, compare that to the previous mission where I travelled just under 14 kilometres. I ended up with a deviation of 7%. So that's a huge improvement. I mean, I never expected anything quite that close to the line. So yeah, I mean, I can only thank Noah as well, because there was a lot less second guessing when I've got someone there to sort of soundboard my ideas and what I'm thinking and where I think I am. So that was a great help. All in all, that was a really great adventure, and I enjoyed filming that with Noah. I'm sure he'll join me in the future for another, but the next mission will be a solo one. It'll be something a little bit different, but still a Wonky line mission. So I hope you'll join me for that, and if you want to, please do subscribe and you won't miss it. If you'd like to drop me a like on the video and maybe comment or even share it, that'd be amazing, because everything helps right now as I'm just starting out. Take care.